I want you to be prepared for September. You know, September and October around here now, we celebrate our multiculturalism and diversity. And we celebrate that within the African diaspora. So two things happen. We celebrate things in our community each weekend, and then we celebrate the different ways that we are Black. This year, I want you to know all of the emphasis. First weekend in September, we're going to be focusing on Black media. In September 8th and 9th, that's the second weekend, we're going to be celebrating Black business. Broderick, Byers, and others to help us understand about the Black Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, church. You know, there's actually another service here at 6:45 that I attended to, and that's truly good morning. My name is Broderick Byers. I am the CEO of a tech firm called iSwap Networks. iSwap Networks is an acronym for I Shop with Our People. It is a technology that basically is pulling information, kind of like a Google for commerce. And we recently got a contract with the city of Philadelphia to develop a commerce application called Shop Philly First. So that's shopphilly1st.com. It's going to launch in October 1, but if you go to it, you'll get a sneak preview. But I'm here today to talk about Black commerce, and specifically about Black commerce in Philadelphia. So I'm going to start off with some statistics. I think most of you know that African Americans have a spending power of $1.2 trillion. That equates to, if we were a sovereign nation, being the 11th wealthiest country on the planet. Yet only 7 cents of every dollar stays in our community, which makes us economically poor. I could also tell you that, you know, some of the issues that we as business say that, you know, we can't get funding and financing. But I'd like to point out to you that, for example, Banco Popular, which is the largest Hispanic bank in the country, has assets of 41 billion, as in billion dollars. The East West Bank, which is the Asian banks in the United States, has assets of $36 billion, again, B. The largest Black bank in the United States is One United Bank. We have an asset of $640 million. That is less than 2% of the assets of these other banks. And what that equates to is that the other banks, Banco Popular and East West Bank, has the ability to lend to their community. So they have the resources, whereas we have to ask ourselves, where are we putting our money? And I'll just leave it like that. But you got to think about it. You know, Dr. King, right before he died, stated the need for us to do a bank-in, and we didn't do it. But he was talking about it right before he died. Again, something to think about. I want to bring it home here to Philadelphia. Philadelphia has a Black population of 43%. The white population in Philadelphia is 36%. However, in business terms, there are 79% of the businesses in Philadelphia are white, 79%. 10% of the businesses in Philadelphia are Asian. Black businesses make up less than 1% of the businesses in our city. Again, digest that. I could go on and on about statistics in terms of hair care, where that is a business specifically for Black people, and yet only 3% of those dollars are going into Black businesses, are owned by Black businesses. 3%. So every time we go and we get hair, we get our cosmetics, think about that. Now, we're consumers, and we need to think about our consumption as an asset. And we need to think about, if those folks don't do business with us, we should not be doing business with them. So I want to talk, I got one more minute. I could go on and talk about reasons why there aren't more black businesses, and the two that come to mind is a perception that black business in terms of customer service and products are inferior. And in some cases, we have to come to Jesus and say, you know something? Black businesses need to step up our game. Amen? And there are solutions to that, and that's a sermon for another day. But again, what I want to do is talk about three solutions that we can work on. One is access to information. Two, collaboration. And three is trust. Access to information. Oftentimes, there are events, workshops, and so on that are given in the middle of the day during the week, and we as business people cannot take the time to go and actually attend these events. What my company is going to do with the city is start to videotape those events and post them so they're available to our businesses 24/7. So in the evenings or whenever you're free, you can watch those videos and get a sense of what's going on. Also, there are things like the soda tax. Do you know that soda tax that people may or may not have issues with generated $500 million in a pool of money that is being used to do renovations, and that money is targeted for minority businesses, and they're letting out $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 contracts. But the caveat is that our businesses need to be certified businesses. Now that becomes a stumbling block. But I'm here to tell you that there are ways that we can work with that. One, we got to, be honest with ourselves. You know, if you don't pay your taxes, at least submit the forms. The other thing is that we can do is collaboration. If I am not certified, I know another business that has the certifications. We need to collaborate, work together, and as a group, go after those contracts. There's an African proverb that says, when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. We need to collaborate. Now, my last point is, after collaboration, is trust. There's a big issue about trust, and I challenged Reverend Waller this morning that it would be a great sermon. I hope he heard me, because I think we need to talk about that. And there's ways that we can do that in business, but we have to begin to trust each other in this collaboration effort. So I'm going to close up, because I'm now to 7 minutes, is that I'm going to leave you with some facts. The last one is that this church has an abundance of middle-class African Americans. Thank God. And that means there's household incomes of $75,000 on average. If we could move our middle-class brothers and sisters to move that black spending needle from 3% to 10%, we will generate 1 million jobs, new jobs, in our community. It's a laudable goal. So I leave you with those thoughts. If you get a chance, again, I would ask that you go to shopphillyfirst, that's 1st.com, and you'll get more information. You can sign up into the directory for free and so on and so forth. God bless you, and thank you for your time.